Hello and welcome back to I Made This. My name is Ollie and I can't believe it's 2023 already. It's insane. Where the hell did the last year go? I have no idea. I'm not actually making anything on this video. This is more of a kind of like housekeeping, spring clean, New Year's resolution kind of video where I'm kind of talking about the year that's just gone, 2022, and the upcoming year, 2023, and the projects that I'll be doing with the channel, and outside of that. So 2022 was a bit of an odd one for me. It wasn't necessarily a bad year, but it was a little unfocused, I guess you'd say. It started off strong though, and I directed a music video for the psychedelic porn crumpets called Acid Dent, and that was a lot of fun, and I put a lot of time and effort into that video. Normally for the porn crumpets, I do really high octane, really over the top videos where I throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at it. But with this one, I wanted to slow it down and be a bit more methodical with the story, so it was a lot easier to follow. I mean, it's still full of all the stupid stuff I put in my videos anyway, like blood and guts and acid and gunk and slime and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, I tried my hardest to kind of rein it in a little bit and kind of, tell a bit more of a simple story. And that story is about a guy who falls in a vat of acid and then gets the ability to melt anything he touches. A bit like that Skittles advert from a few years ago where he touched everything and it turned to Skittles. And it's kind of like a comedy of errors that kind of becomes a nightmare by the end of it. And like I said, I worked really hard on the production of this video in terms of like the sets and things like that, because if you watch the old porn crumpets videos I did, there's kind of very minimal sets. It's kind of like a green screen with a few elements, and then we kind of put skies in and things like that. I mean, they're still all made of clay, but they're all composited in after the fact. Whereas on this video, I made a conscious effort to build sets and like really work on the production design of it. And yeah, it starts off very pastel colours, and then by the end, it's all very saturated with bright blues and greens and reds, kind of very Dario Argento by the end of it. And like I said, I was really, really chuffed with the outcome of it, and I was so happy with how it turned out. And I think the band were too, and people seemed to enjoy the video, which is awesome. So as soon as I finished Acid Dent for the porn crumpets, I started work on my YouTube channel. I Made This, the one you're watching right now. And so far it's been a bit of a hodgepodge of claymation characters, scratch-built action figures, stop motion Lego builds, toy restorations, and even like talking about my own short films. And that's one thing I wanted to ask you guys. Do you like the fact that I kind of do a bit of this, bit of that, or would you rather I just focused on one particular thing, so just the claymation characters or just toys, or my movies, things like that? I'm really interested to know your opinions, so please sound off in the comments below. I'll appreciate any feedback given, and it's all welcome, so thank you very much for that in advance. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this channel so far. Some of my highlights being the Halloween 2-part special where I built the characters from Resident Evil 2, Claire Redfield and Leon Kennedy. The eyeball action figure that I made for the animation night here in Birmingham called Overlap. My T-Bone McLaser Blast action figure, which is actually my highest viewed video on this channel so far. So it's really important that I get part 2 done, because, hopefully I'll get some more views on it, who knows. But I look at him every day and I just can't wait to get him finished. I've got everything ready to finish him. I've got the pressure pot, the vacuum chamber, the silicone, the resin, the paints, everything I need to get him done I've got. I just haven't got the time right now. As soon as I've got the time, he's getting done. I promise you that. Also, another favourite project of mine was the Toxic Crusaders smog cycle that was gifted to me by Mr. Dan Plastic. Had a lot of fun restoring that vehicle, and yeah. So what else have I done this year? I've also directed and animated a music video for the band Alter Bridge, which is actually a massive honour because they're a huge band, like one of the biggest like heavy rock alternative metal bands around. They play arenas and all kinds of stuff. And while in the end it turned out to be a fun project, the beginning was a little bit grueling, because the day I started was the day I found out I contracted COVID. I'd managed 2.5 years without catching COVID, and then finally it caught up with me. So the first couple of weeks of working on that video were pretty brutal, if I'm honest. I had fevers, I had the fuzzy head, that was the worst. Coughs, colds, I don't know, you know, I had it and it was just wasn't pleasant. And then as soon as that was out of the way, we had a heat wave in the UK, which lasted a couple of weeks. But I don't know about you guys in the rest of the world, but here in the UK, we don't really have the infrastructure for hot weather, and we're not really built for it. We're built for miserable, damp, grey, drizzly days. You know, that's what we're hardened to, not like bright, hot, sunshiny days. And you know, I had to start work at like 2 or 3 in the morning and finish like early afternoon before it got too hot in the rest of the afternoon, evening. And not only that, but my graphics tablet, my Wacom that I draw on, would just get so unbearably hot that I couldn't touch it. So yeah, it was an interesting project to work on, but we got it finished in the end, and the band seemed to like it. And if you saw them on tour, it played behind them on a massive screen as they played the song Silver Tongue, so that's pretty cool. And then as soon as that wrapped, I started work on a feature film called Time Pirates, which is on Tubi, I believe, and Tubi is kind of like a free streaming service. You just have to watch adverts and stuff like that. And basically, it's about this band called SM6. They're a real band, 3 brothers and sisters. Well, 3 brothers, 3 sisters, and they have like a pop punk band. And yeah, they kind of became quite famous during the lockdowns because they did lots of TikTok videos and things like that. And they got so popular that they ended up getting their own feature film called Time Pirates, where they travel back in time and become pirates, hence Time Pirates. And basically I just animated like a little minute-long sequence in the film, and it was directed by the guy that did the Sharknado films. A lovely guy. And little known fact about the Sharknado films, they made billions and billions of dollars in ad revenue. I mean, it kind of makes sense because they made like 7 of the buggers. But yeah, so from January till the end of August, I was working flat out. I was working in first thing in the morning till the last thing at night, you know, till like 11, 12, 1 in the morning or whatever. And it just got pretty grueling, and I had to kind of stop and just slow down. I did a few little projects here and there, but for the most part, I had to kind of look after my own mental health and well-being and just kind of concentrated on, I made this for a little while. But in hindsight, that was probably a mistake. And not to say that working on my own health and well-being is a mistake, but it's time I could have spent better working on my short film, The Legend of Chloe. And had I spent the last 4 or 5 months working on that, I'd be in a much better place with that film than I currently am. And yeah, I don't believe in regrets, but I'm kicking myself for not kind of working on that film a little bit more than I should have. And because not only do I owe it to myself because I've worked really, really hard on it, I owe it to the cast and crew as well. They deserve to see that film finished and on a cinema screen, or you know, wherever it ends up at the end of the day. So yeah, that's what I'm going to dedicate 2023 to mostly, is getting that film finished. It's important, it's a must, because if I don't finish that film, I can't work on any of the big projects that I've got in mind. But yeah, it's so easy as a creative person to kind of come up with an idea and you think, oh, I'm just going to explore that a little bit. I'm just going to, you know, just tinker with that a little bit. And before you know it, you're knee deep in this project, and you've still got a handful of other projects that are in various states of development, just clouding your mind and, you know, just kind of eating up all your time and your space. And like, there's nothing better than finishing a project and getting it out of your head. And that's what I need to do with The Legend of Chloe. Like, I don't want it to become a burden, because I love that film and I can't wait to get it finished. So like I said, 2023 is all about getting that film finished. Having said that, the other day I was offered not 1 but 2 music videos, one of which is claymation, the other one features animation heavily. And because I work for myself, you know, I can't turn down work, unfortunately. So the first couple of months of this year are going to be dedicated to working on those music videos, and then I'll get back to Legend of Chloe come April time. But thankfully these music videos are really cool projects, and I can't wait to kind of get stuck in on them. And you know, I won't be able to do properly produced videos for a little while on this channel, but what I'm going to do is going to make some like vlogs, like, you know, video diary kind of videos where I'm kind of showing you behind the scenes of these music videos. I can't actually tell you who they're for or what they're exactly about because I'm under NDAs, but I can kind of, you know, show you roughly what I'm doing, just to, you know, show that I'm, you know, not just sitting on my arse all day. Well, I am sitting on my arse, but I am working. So yeah, I mean, I am still going to pepper in some other videos throughout the year, some like toy restorations, and obviously the second part of the T-Bone McLaser Blast video. You know, I can't wait to get that finished. But yeah, see, that's my 2022 in a nutshell, and my plans for 2023. Yeah, so hopefully by the end of the year, we'll all be watching The Legend of Chloe together. That's the plan, so fingers crossed. I mean, I don't know what curveballs life's going to throw at me, be it work or life stuff, you know, who knows what's around the corner, but you know, the plan is to get Legend of Chloe finished. That is important. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I know this video has been a little bit rambly, but I've got a lot of crap in my head and I just need to get it out and burden you all with it. For those of you who subscribe to the channel already, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel or you just don't subscribe, please consider doing so. It'd really help me out. I'd love to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm not sure if it's possible, but you know, gotta dream big. You can also like this video and all my other videos. That would really help me out as well. You know, just hit all the buttons except for maybe the dislike button. You can reach out to me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Just search for I Made This. And yeah, and until next time, take care and goodbye.